The Descent, the first holdout map, can be quite a challenging map, so you can't use the same strategies that you can on other maps. It requires its own particular strategy, and I will show you the pro strategy to win on the Descent, no matter which difficulty you're playing on. When the Descent was released in KF2, I was not sure how to play it. A lot of people default to kiting around in KF2, and I'm no exception, but holdout maps like this are far too close quarters to perform it effectively. Even on the first floor, when you're outside, there wasn't enough room for me to kite Zeds around, and I was dying even this early, so I had to develop this strategy. For most of the rooms, the best course of action is to stand and fight. Have any berserkers up front to tank damage, sharpshooters and demolitionists to take out large Zeds quickly, a medic to keep the berserker and anyone else healed and buffed, with a commando or SWAT to clear trash. A firebug can also be useful in general, as it's so very close quarters, but there's specific strategies for different rooms that will make it even better. Looking at the first floor, it will always be this one. Ammo can be found to the left coming down from where you spawn, and in the far right hand corner of this area, near the floor vent. The strategy for this floor, as there's a bit of room to maneuver, is to lead the Zeds in a short loop around this area. Stand and fight works on the lowest cobblestone area with the lamps as well. The next floors could be any of these, starting with the Morgue. Ammo can be found to your right as you spawn in, and to the left from your spawn. On this floor, enemies will mostly come from the green mist over the barricades, with crawlers sometimes dropping down from raised up areas, off to the side. The strategy here is to split your team up to hold both sides at each side, or in the center of this floor. The next potential floor is the dungeon. Ammo can be found just near the trader pod and on the opposite side of the room, away from the spiral staircase. Enemies will come out of any areas with green mist, including the spiral staircase at the center, which you can get stuck in, so avoid going down it. The strategy here is to kite around the spiral staircase at the center of this floor, as you have sufficient room to run around. Up next, we have the Conveyor Room. Ammo can be found directly in front of where you spawn in, to the left, and not too far down this corridor near the trader pod. Although you can hold this area near the ammo spawn, watching the Z spawns in front and behind you, the best strategy here is to kite around the corridors in a circular pattern, going over this ammo spawn and back down the stairs if you can towards the other ammo spawn. Another floor is the boiling pot. Ammo can be found just away from the trader, in parallel with it, and by the exit door. The strategy on this floor is to either hold the upper area where the trader pod is, or to kite the Zeds around by moving through the lower area around the boiling pot itself. You have to be careful here though, as multiple Z spawns are close to this area. Now we'll look at the test room. Ammo can be found just near the trader and at the end of the long corridor, near some test chambers and readout meters. The strategy here is to either hold these stairs whilst watching for the odd spawn behind to your left and right when looking down them, or to hold the other end of the corridor with two spawns near the trader pod area, whilst having a few team members watch for Z coming from along the corridor from the direction of the previous spot. We will now move on to the library. Ammo can be found on the left side of the bridge from where you spawn in, and also on the right side. You can either kite the Zeds around the upper walkways, or the best strategy is to hold the bridge, splitting your team up to watch both sides of the bridge, which have Z spawns nearby. The generator is the next floor we'll consider. Ammo can be found near this drop down from the trader, and just after dropping down this shorter ledge near the stairs leading up to the trader. You can kite around this floor by dropping down from the trader and cycling back around to the stairs leading back up to it, but the best strategy is to hold the area around the trader, with most of the team watching the stairs leading up, with one watching the gap in the wall, and even one looking down over the side of the drop down, picking off Zeds, as they have a longer route to get to you. We're heating up now. It's the lava room. Ammo can be found near the tracks, close to the trader, and near the lava on the right hand side facing directly away from the trader. Be careful around the lava, as it can damage you and Zeds. The best strategy here is to hold the area closest to the trader, watching spawns in front of you coming down down the stairs with lava on them, plus the pit of lava at the bottom of the stairs on the left, along with a spawn off to the right away from the stairs. Kill Zeds quickly here, as you have not got a lot of time before they get to you. A distinctive flaw now, it's leaking red pipe. Ammo can be found behind and to the left of the red pipe when facing it, and in parallel with it on the right hand side. You can kite around, cycling through the lower gantry before going back up through the control room, but the best strategy here is to hold this central gantry just after the red pipe. Split your team up to watch the front spawn and enemies that can choose to drop down to the sides, along with enemies that can spawn behind you. Moving on to the last floor now, it will always be the throne room, where you will fight the boss. Ammo can be found right where you spawn into the room, near the trader, and up the leftmost stairs from the trader. No matter which boss you're fighting, they will always spawn from this passageway up here, dropping down soon enough. Use obstacles to block ranged attacks from them, or to help evade their melee attacks, whilst kiting them around this floor until you're able to defeat them and emerge victorious. So, you now know how to win on the descent, but how will you deal with the Patriarch? Check out this video for the best strategy to beat him. Until next time, goodbye for now.